Hey, Lindsay.
Oh, you caught me off guard.
I did. Hey,
Hey,
Lindsay.
Jesse.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you? Oh, let me turn my microphone this way.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was my turn.
Your turn.
Yeah, it was my turn.
Well, what are you having to drink right now?
This is like Crown Vanilla and one of those uh, pineapple, what do you call them? They're
Vista Bay.
The Vista Bay?
Vista Bay.
Yeah, that's what it was. Pineapple, vanilla, something. I don't know. Let me test it. I ain't
So
even tasted
vanilla crown with pineapple Vista Bay.
it. I haven't tasted it yet.
Okay.
Yeah, this is on the rip, dude.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know if this is cool or not.
You're hearing this. All right. So this is raw, uncut, and unedited, drunk about something where we recap last week's episode.
Can I hear that?
I think so. I don't know. I can hear it through my headphones.
It was bubbling.
And I'm having a lime, natural lime, Vista Bay.
Not bad. This isn't bad. A little strong.
A little strong.
Yeah. But now, this is drunk about something. Yes. Oh, hey, everybody. I'm just trying this out. I want to do something. Who we got lives going on over here?
We got
People
live.
joining?
We're on YouTube. So today we are recapping the Tulsa Massacre
Yes.
that happened in 1921. So we start off. So Tulsa really hadn't been, or excuse me, Oklahoma hadn't really been a state for too long at this point.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't sure about what purchase had happened on that, but no. It was, no, yeah, it was not. It hadn't been there since the early 1900s it was purchased, right?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
it was 1906.
Wow.
And even though the black community had, or the black men of America had went off and fought in World War I, they come back and they are still segregated. Now in Tulsa, they had their own district, which was called Greenwood, and they were thriving. They were
Very much so. In every community around those times, they never had a real chance to build back. I feel like this happened all across the United
It
States.
was a lot, and it all like just kept being brought down. So in the Greenwood area, they had their own medical professionals. They had their own like big buildings. I don't know if you looked at some of the pictures I posted on
No,
the stories.
like 5-6 story buildings, big buildings.
Yes,
Yeah.
big buildings. They had a very, very well established industry. And they were doing the thing. Like they had their own nightclubs. They had, juke joints, nightclubs, theaters, restaurants, everything. Everything that you
Profitable
needed.
areas. And like I said about Rosewood, they would have probably never even experienced depression because they had a whole thriving ass community and it was all self-sustainable. And that's what they fucking stripped down in the middle of this bullshit because of a little boy that had to go piss.
That's what I was just about to say. So Dick Rowland was a shoe shiner from the Greenwood district, and he was
Kind of funny with these headphones and my cowboy hat and my little straw
you
hat.
look
No,
just fine.
they
So Dick Rowland had to go use the restroom, and the restroom that was segregated for him to use was at the top floor of the Drexel building. So he went up the elevator, which was operated by a white woman, gets to the top floor, and it's speculated that he pretty much tripped because when you got to the top floor, it didn't level out
It was
properly.
a cable elevator car.
Right.
And she was the operator, and he's like, probably like this.
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am. And she's like completely appalled, probably. Because a black
Another,
man just touched her white arm.
right.
You're not allowed to do that. Not back then. Why? I don't know. But he had to run, dude.
Well, he was seen running out of the elevator,
Yeah.
and another department store clerk in that building heard Sarah supposedly scream and went to find out what was going on, and she was supposedly distressed. So even though she did not want to press any charges and said nothing happened, violence still ensued. So he was arrested. Dick Rowland was sought out and arrested, brought to, the county jail, which was in the courthouse. Then a huge mob forms around the courthouse demanding that he be released and lynched.
What the fuck for?
Exactly.
He bumped somebody in the elevator. Hell, I farted in elevators. Nobody said shit to me. No, I mean, but
that is a crime, sir. That is a crime.
No, but there was no justification for what went down, and for them to mob up and then people have an uprising about this was the complete full-on misunderstanding by the black community too, because they showed up armed thinking that there was a whole revolution fixing to go on. And of course it was. They were all up at arms trying to lynch somebody over bumping into somebody in the elevator.
Well, the Greenwood men, they came to the courthouse armed because they were under the impression that they were ordered to do so. They felt like they were just doing what they were told.
Yeah.
So when 50 to 60 black men showed up, this mob of 1,000 white men felt like that this was an uprising.
Right. And so people, for the lives that are just now joining, we're recovering.
Recapping.
Recapping. We're recapping something that happened in Tulsa.
I do have it in the description.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know all the ins and outs. Lindsay does great on that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, kudos to you. I mean, I mix and do things, but you do things. You drink and you know things.
I do.
Yeah.
I know too much. Some days, whoo, and Jesse knows nothing. Like Jon Snow.
Ooh.
So
Can I be Jon Snow instead of the Hound?
I'm gonna be Tyrion.
You're gonna be Tyrion?
And you're Jon Snow.
No, come on.
I'm gonna be Tyrion.
Can I be Grey Worm and you be Melisandre?
Who's Melisandre? Melisandre.
Close enough.
Something like that.
Whatever.
We're probably
we're recapping.
Yes,
one of our podcasts. Check all the other stuff out too.
We are recapping our episode about the Tulsa Massacre.
Yes.
So, continuing on.
And I'm going to take continuing on. Yes.
Now, the sheriff in town, he did not want violence to happen. So he formed a barricade, and orders were for, his men, his deputies, whatever, that anybody that crossed that barricade was to be shot. He did not want violence to happen. And Dick Rowland was incarcerated, yes, but he was safe. And you know what's crazy is I can't find anything that happened to Dick after all of this went down. Yeah. So anyways.
They're fixing to decimate a whole fucking area.
So the black men from Greenwood come in. They're armed because they were under the impression that they were supposed to be. The white men get offended that the black men are armed. So they start firing basically warning shots all night long. Then there's a lot of this is lost to history. So there was one account that, somebody did open fire, so a gunfight started. And then there was another account that a white man tried to disarm a black man from Greenwood who was a veteran of the war.
There's lines drawn.
There's lines
drawn. This. Mm-hmm. And it just took just a little spark for this son of a bitch to blaze.
Blow up.
Yeah.
Blow up. And so when this black man was being disarmed, it was said that 6 men, six white men were involved. So black men from the Greenwood businesses came in to defend him. And then and it's quoted that after that, all hell broke loose.
And we're talking a bunch of post-World War I people.
A lot of PTSD going on.
Yeah.
Still tons of segregation, unfair Jim Crow laws, just absolute bullshit. One law was that so say you live on a block and you're the only, or maybe 1 to 2 black families live on that block and the rest is predominantly white, you were forced to move, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Not
fucked up.
Yeah. They wanted all the same race to be on the segregated completely.
Yeah. Fucked up.
So after this open fire goes on, a few white men are killed, black men are killed. And then the Greenwood men, which were the black men, they decided to retreat and go back to Greenwood. And then the white mob, which is 1,000. Let's remember, this is 1,000 to 50 to 60. The Greenwood men are going back to Greenwood. The white men are following them, and it's like a rolling gunfight. And then, excuse me, I'm getting choked up here. Ugh.
I'm choked up over the recap on it, really. I mean, I'm picturing all of this going down. They're mobbing. They're going to take out a whole community over one dude.
Just trying to go to the bathroom.
Trying to go piss.
Just trying to go pee. Spent all his day shoes shining. And lawyers and like predominant gentlemen in that area vouched for Dick Rowland and were like, no, there's no way that he would have assaulted a white woman, because that was what was speculated. Even though the actual lady said, no, nothing happened, and I don't want to press charges.
This doesn't even need to be a thing, right? Right. No, by God, we're going to take and do.
So
I'm just imagining the conversation.
And I did forget, because the black men had showed up armed, the white men went and retrieved their own guns. They armed up. They broke into an armory. Like that was a whole thing.
Yeah, they thought they were going to fucking war over this shit.
Literally.
Yeah.
So at this point in the story, the green women have retrieved. The white mob is chasing them. And then they start lighting shit on fire. Yeah. They're looting the Greenwood businesses. They are lighting oil-soaked rags, and just setting everything ablaze. You can Google
Molotov cocktails, just burning shit
You can Google
down.
images of this, and it is absolute just fire and smoke everywhere. The fire department was turned away at gunpoint. They were not allowed to help. Now,
and like you had said earlier, like in the podcast, you had said they had planes.
Planes started dropping fire bombs.
Tulsa Aeronautical. What was the podcast we talked about with the Tulsa Aeronautical School?
Was that the Toy Box Killer?
Was it the Toy Box Killer? That was still there. That was there then. That's why they had all the planes.
Well, okay, because I was wondering myself. I do the research and I look things up, but sometimes there are little factoids that I don't deeper dive into, and I was wondering where all these fucking planes came through.
It kind of clicked. It was like, okay, we talked about this, the Aeronautical School of Engineering, right?
Because he was in Tulsa, and then he went to New Mexico, if I can remember correctly.
1912 or some shit.
Oh my God.
Was the aeronautical, and so World War I, they used the biplanes and the 40, 50 mile an hour planes. They used them in battle, in Europe and everything. They had a surplus of planes probably sitting there. People could buy them for like, $400 or $500. You could probably buy a plane, fly it wherever the fuck you wanted, because there was no aviation requirements. There was nothing. They didn't care.
So they're dropping fire bombs on all these businesses and all these residents, and the National Guard gets involved, and they start taking all people of color into custody, even the ones that worked in white homes as housekeepers and cooks and whatever else. They were taking them into custody for like detention. I have to say they were probably keeping them safe, but they were just being snatched up for no reason, really, because Dick Rowland was at the courthouse and he was the only supposed, defendant.
2 more hours
or assailant, whatever you want to call him, that he didn't do anything either.
2 more hours with him in that courthouse, and then brought her into the courthouse and been like, no, this is just a little bump in, and dude ran for his life. Nothing happened. It would all been over with. But we can't do that.
That
you gotta have an
transpired
uprising
over a day because the headlines in the newspapers were saying this man attacked this white woman and he needs to be lynched.
Yeah.
So that's when all the white mob showed up.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly.
So fuck the media still way back in 1921.
Didn't they feed it? Yeah.
Fed it.
Oh, yeah. Because that went, globally. Really, this went globally for a little while and then got tucked under the fucking rug, right?
Well, so the National Guard comes in, they detain all people of color, all residents of Greenwood, and employees. And so things subside. And then the Red Cross comes in as well. And so now they're caring for these victims of this very senseless crime. Once again, I have lost my notes. Is that thing right there? Hold on.
Yeah, she keeps hiding her notes from herself.
No, this is Silas.
Oh, use Silas's notes for it. It's okay. You're allowed to.
So the Red Cross, they document all the people that were injured, murdered, who had miscarriages, and it ended up being about 10,000 people were displaced from their homes and had to live in tents for over a year. There was no real payout to these people to restart. They just had to start from scratch again.
Of course, they waited fucking like so many years.
For so long.
Yeah.
For so long. And that district, the whole Greenwood district, was not given back to the people properly who originally lived there. It was rezoned for an industrial area.
Right.
And this went silent, what did I say, into the 70s? Because Rosewood had went silent into the 80s.
Yeah, it went like 90 years in Rosewood. Wasn't it?
70 years of silence.
Fuck. People living in fear and they don't want to talk about it because it could be more backlash just like this.
Yeah, they were scared to talk about it. They were scared of what could happen to them for decades.
Yeah.
And then, so Tulsa, these people were not given back what they deserved to rebuild their livelihood, to rebuild their community. Everything that was taken from them and burnt to the ground for absolutely nothing.
Right. And in memory of every Black American activist, we just
lost Jesse Jackson this week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're wanting to share all this stuff. We're wanting to let this all be awareness where, Emmett Till was like almost the dawn, right? Of everything
of the civil rights
movements and everything,
And these massacres, the Tulsa Massacre, the Rosewood Massacre, and there's many more that we're going to talk about later on next year in Black History Month.
Yeah. And I even shared a little something about Lake City, which was kind of cool. Just history.
Right.
Not, true crime, but still it's history.
Just history. Yeah. Yes. And that was really cool because
it's really cool.
We weren't taught about that. No, well, we weren't taught
about that in our own town. Share all this stuff in your own town.
We're going to talk about Queenie later on, too, who was right up the road.
I would hope that Tulsa, Oklahoma fucking shares this story every year to everybody.
Well, they have, I do share on the pod that they have a website dedicated to the memorial or to the memory or to the information. It's basically like an online library.
So, yeah, inquiring minds can find all this stuff for sure. But let it be also just spoken a little bit, There's pictures,
artifacts, audio recordings, all kinds of things that you can find on that. And we'll link that in the notes on this page. I'll find the link. Yeah. On this video.
I got you. Thank you guys for the lives. Thank you guys for coming in here. Lindsay.
So they did rebuild a little bit. But it was nothing to like it had been previously. And there is one landmark left standing, which is, I said Vernon AME Church, that is left standing in Tulsa in the Greenwood district, which was called Black Wall Street. Now, when you think of Wall Street, you think of a thriving, prosperous area. And that's what this was. It was. And then they just brought it down.
Yeah, and we rightfully so called it a massacre because that's rightfully what it was, I feel like.
But, I mean, it's also called the Tulsa Race War, Black Wall Street Massacre. There's many names for it that you can look up if you want to do a little bit more research into this horrific happening. But make sure you listen to our coverage on it for sure. What else do you want to talk about? We got some time here.
Yeah, well, I mean, tying in everything and wrapping up all of Black History Month, want to say thank you so much for letting us have this platform and sharing all this, rest in peace, Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
I'm wearing this hat though for Robert Duvall.
Yes. We lost Robert Duvall this week.
We're losing so many cool American icons.
2026 has not been kind at all so far.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes. And then we've got everything that's been coming out with the Epstein file.
Yeah, all the stuff.
It's on fire.
We try not to pull in too many political stuff in here, but this, rightfully so,
but everybody
does need an uprising, and it just needs awareness, and we need to not let anything ever recede back to any of this ideology. How did I say it? How do you say it, Lindsay?
Ideology?
Ideology. Yeah.
I think that's the correct term.
Ideology? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just awareness and all that, sharing all that, and taking a little bit of time with your children and people around you, every once in a while is a good thing. And spending, sharing things like this. I mean, at whatever level that they need to be at. Just share that everybody is equal. We need a little bit more awareness than that. Always throughout humanity, no matter what, you judge people by character and just, do the right thing.
And things that were silenced for so long just need to come out and be everywhere. Everybody needs knowledge of it. This needs to be taught in history. Yeah. This needs to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. Sharing this is a great thing. Thank you guys so much for sharing all of our stuff.
So if this is your first time hearing us, what we do is I tell Jesse a story of true crime. And then this past month, we've been covering history. We've been covering Black history, things that have happened in the past that were unfair. And we want to talk about them. We never want to forget these horrific things that are being forgotten, being silenced.
There you go.
There
Exactly.
we go.
I was letting you try to pull it out because we're on the same page. And I feel like everybody that listens to us and supports us, they're on the same page. We want to share our true crime stories. Well, Lindsay, she tells the stories. I don't know anything about them.
No.
Isn't that crazy?
I know.
I've known this much.
So even the one that we just recorded, Jesse literally shared information about this person who was already on my list. I have a very large list.
Purposely.
I have a 3-year list right now.
I sent them to you without looking deep into them. Okay. I always do. I have. And I've sent you a couple of them from here in town, literally a block away from us.
Yeah, literally a block.
We'll be talking about that maybe next season.
As soon as we can find some more information.
Yeah.
We might have to go get some...
we got to go to Gainesville. You don't go in Lake City. You ain't find a shit.
We'll get some public records. We can request them. Yeah. So anyways, I tell Jesse a true crime story that he usually knows nothing about. And then we have some drinks, by the way.
I'm here for this.
We are called Drink About Something.
I share music.
At the end of the episode, he plays a band that he has gotten permission to play on our podcast to feature.
Oh my goodness.
And we are so appreciative of that because we just find really cool talent, or you find, not we. You find the talent and we listen to it every week.
You are the talent.
Oh, shut up.
No, you are. Leave us alone. And we all know it. Yeah. I feel like you really are very talented in this.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just floating, dude. I'm just the turd that won't flush.
Oh my God.
That's what I am.
No, you do a lot of work. Jesse is our editor, and he gets these cool bands to agree to let us play their music every week.
A lot of it's metal music because we love heavy music, but I have some really
love
cool
all
stuff.
genres. Yeah.
We've covered pretty much every genre, and I keep reaching out, and I want more genres. I think I'm going to go some bluegrass here in a little bit.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
Because I love Appalachia. That's where I'm from. Can't help
Appalachian roots.
Yeah, I won't say hillbilly because that is a derogatory word toward people of that area. You know that? Did you know that?
I did.
They use it so loosely. More awareness, right?
More awareness.
I don't know.
Well, maybe we'll deep dive into that one day.
Yeah. Maybe I can say it and get away with it and nobody else can.
Maybe.
I don't know. No, I don't give a shit. But no, we're not about that. We just want to share, real history and awareness and not let any of this stuff happen again. There's so many crazy stories, so many things to look out for and keep protecting yourself and other people around you from. and that's what we're here to do. And thank you for sharing it.
And we're on, what episode are we on? We have like over 60. We're almost on 70 episodes. So we have a lot of content you can listen to. So we have 70 proper episodes. Plus we have recaps that we have published, side stories, trip stories, things like that. Lots of content you can listen to.
We went to Maine. We went to Maine.
We went to Maine and back, and we documented it and we talked about it.
Oh, and everybody and everything right now, we're fixing to do a little honeymoon vacation, and we're going to cover some stuff on that.
Anniversary,
not honeymoon.
Anniversary.
Like every anniversary should be your honeymoon.
So
Yeah.
So we're coming up on 14 years of being together, 2 years of being married, and
cheers to that, Lindsay.
Yes.
Cheers. All the ups and downs and everything's.
Boing.
We are
Cheers.
shining, dude. We're shining.
Shining.
Thank you guys so much for letting us shine with you. Right? It's all about the shining.
Ooh, I do love The Shining.
Yeah, I do love the shining.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Was it Mr. Taurus? With his finger, he's all talking. Mr. Torrance.
Mr. Torrance.
Yeah.
Is it Torrance?
Something like that.
Something like
He's talking with his finger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rum.
Rum.
Anyway.
This is what we're about.
So we're going to talk about our plugs real quick, and then we're going to sign off of here. And so we are drinkaboutsomething.site is our main website where you can find all of our little platforms that we're on.
Everything's on there.
Instagram, Drink About Something. Gmail, drinkaboutsomethingpod@gmail.com. YouTube, just type in Jendsey, Jendsey, and you'll find us right there.
Yeah, you see our faces too.
You'll see our faces. Yeah. Hello. And then what am I missing? Oh, TikTok. Hey, TikTok.
Hey, TikTok.
So
Lives
Drink
are
About Something pod _ Lindsay. And where you can see our lives every week. So,
dude, your earrings are so fucking amazing. I'm looking at them.
Cool and very hippie.
I want to wear them. Can I wear them?
Yeah.
When we get off
same
here?
size gauges.
When we get off here, I can wear them?
Absolutely. Want to trade?
Maybe the next podcast I'll be wearing them.
Okay.
The next live.
Yeah, we have the same gauge size. So
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my little dangle. It's my little dangle.
Y'all won't make fun of me if I wear that. I mean,
absolutely not. You can wear whatever you want.
Yeah. Keep sharing, subscribing, liking, do the things, right? Mm-hmm. And we'll see you guys next week because we love you so much.
Well, and listen, I mean, definitely listen to our episodes, but share all this information so that it never dies, it never goes away. And we are all aware of the horrific things that have happened in the past, so we don't do it again.
Yep.
And we love you guys so much. We thank you for all of our listeners all the way, all around the globe. We're so appreciative. We never thought that would happen. Our little voices right here in our kitchen.
And as always, like when we get done with this, we usually kind of hit up the lives a little bit for a minute. That's always fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we hang out with the lives for a little while. Yeah. We plug a little bit more.
Yeah.
We might have to pull up your phone to share some more content just because mine's plugged in.
We're going to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. So we'll see you guys next week, though.
Absolutely.
Check us out on all the stuffs.
Check us out.
Thank you for Drunk About Something. And
yes.
I will say,
raw, uncut, and unedited every Wednesday. Yeah. We'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.
Bye.